A few years ago, after fishing Loch Corrib, I got intrigued by Irish fly fishing and especially the lore associated with that enchanting country. One book in particular was always mentioned as the definitive book on Irish fly fishing, A Man May Fish by T.C. Kingsmill Moore, originally published in 1960. I ordered a copy of A Man May Fish and was entranced by Kingsmill Moore's powers of observation, questing intellect, and precise prose. He was a man who not only fished the country for 70 years, but helped coalesce the Irish Republic. What a life. Even if you have no intention of ever visiting Ireland, I can't recommend it too highly. We're not looking at smoky, boastful recollections here. Kingsmill Moore had a lapidary eye. I put the heading of Chapter 2 of Kingsmill Moore's book onto Laurence Olivier's performance up here. But don't be daunted. Moore brings us along as friends. In Chapter 3, Some Problems of Vision and Color, our mutual friend was puzzled by why three colors seem to have special fish attracting allure, far beyond their occurrence as natural food: claret, gentian blue, and bright orange. As you've probably already guessed, we're just going to discuss orange here. Here's Moore's complete quote to read at your leisure. It concludes with this, the crux. Certainly, the occurrence of orange in nature bears no proportion to its popularity in artificials. Of course, Moore was writing before species-specific photorealism became the standard. But the larger issue remains. Trout don't see the same world that anglers do. Of course, some bright orange insects do occur in nature. PMD spinners are often orange. Cheech's splendid pullover rusty spinner is a prime example here. October caddis match orange autumn leaves, but even they aren't school bus bright. Orange only occasionally actually matches the hatch, at least in our eyes. No, the success of the orange and black spotted flatfish of my youth, large and small orange humpies, the classic sandy mite, and ever-effective partridge and orange soft tackle must stem from a more universal allure. Kingsmill Moore hits on it with this quote: "Fishermen are realists, and they would not continue to use these colors unless success justified their use." The conclusion is irresistible. Either these colors have some aesthetic appeal to trout, which appears unlikely, or trout do not see them as we see them, but finding them some resemblance to the colors of natural insects, which appear quite different to us. My short-form anthropomorphic reiteration of Kingsmill Moore's conclusion is a bit coarser, but puts it in phrasing we can all understand. Picture, if you will, the case of the traveler sedge. On certain blessed lakes, the emergence of traveler sedges provokes big trout. It's begun right now very near here. The big, delicious, vulnerable pupa are greenish olive colored, camouflaged to match the prevailing vegetation in the lake. For years, we would fish large carry special type wets to imitate the pupa. Did pretty well with them too. Here's a very realistic and effective pattern from Doug Porter in BC. One year, a fellow who had been fishing Henry's Lake introduced us to the Halloween fly. A creation of Bill Scheisse, hope that's the correct pronunciation. Not to overstate, but the fish gobbled these unlikely burnt orange things, apparently seeing something extra special yummy in them, something we didn't. I personally find tremendous satisfaction in that. It's a lesson way beyond the success of a specific fly pattern, a peek into a broader world. If you've tolerated my excursus this far, here's a nostalgic reward. Revel in the Bell-Size Sport Tour. It's similar to what T.C. Kingsmill Moore first drove to Loch Corrib in 1926. He reckoned that the Corrib was already about a quarter century past its prime then, so I was more than a century too late. You should have been here to the extreme.